Good evening. Thank you all for coming tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I was talking to Maddie. I was like, I don't really know how to start this, so I'm going to start with a joke. If April showers bring Mayflowers, what am... If April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring? I told Maddie everybody would know it, and she said, do it anyways. All right, so as you can see, you're going to be blessed with me for tonight. Here at the head table, I am your 2018-2019 4-H Council President. Takira Blick is your 2019-2020 4-H Council President. If you'd stand up. Ryan Marshall is your 2019-2020 Council Secretary. And Allie Hoke is your 2019-2020 4-H Council Treasurer. And then Maddie Marshall is our 2018-2019 Council Secretary. We have our county agents. We have Robin Eubank Callis, and that is our Family and Consumer Science and 4-H Extension Agent. And we have Justin Goodnow, who is our Agricultural and 4-H Extension Agent. Thank you guys for everything you do for us. We have our commissioners, Paul Harbaugh, Mike Rowe, and Bill Smith. If you guys are here, could you stand up? Bill? In our 4-H Program Development Committee, we have Gina Woods, Corona Hoke, Renee Paxson, Connie Lukens, Larry Core, and Tom Holcomb. If you guys could stand up when you're recognized. For our Fairbook Executive Committee, we have Peg McNally, Paul Smith, Gina Stewart, Leona Gosfner, Eric J. Hay, Megan Evans, Daniel Lambert, and Josh Myers. For the Extension Council Executive Committee, Tom Carr, Debbie Davis, Richard Poland, Corona Hoax, Connie Rooks, Lisa Withrow, Renee Paxson, Glenda Alexander, and Ann Cargill. Next, we would like to recognize those individuals and businesses who have provided support for the Barber County 4-H program, whether that be monetary or a donation of time. Would a representative from each of the clubs that have guests please come forward to tell of their supporters who are sitting with you?
I'm Chloe Blanc from the State Line 4-H Club, and our guests are Randy and Roxy Blanc, Pat Myers, Glenda and Jerry Alexander, Deb Duval, Becky Court, and Bill and Janet Smith.
I'm Eastern Rector from the Cloverleaf 4-H Club, and our guests are Margaret and Jeff J. Hay, Janice Pameter, Tom Carr, Tom Chris and Clay Holcomb, and Nicole Blick.
I'm Cooper Wesley from the Stampede 4-H Club, and our guests are Leona Gosfiner, Katie Hayes, Evelyn Hayes, and Brian Withrow.
Hello, I am Harmony Moss, and I'm from the Sunny Lakers 4-H Club, and tonight our guests are Annie and Jean Myers.
I'm Allie Hoke. I'm from the Sunflower 4-H Club, and our guests are Maria Cundiff and Travis and Dale Hoke.
I'm JC Patton, and with us at the Gyp Hill Pioneers 4-H Club table, we have Letha Strack, Dennis and Camille Colley, and Rob Taylor and Renee Paxson. Next, we would like to recognize the project leaders and community leaders of each 4-H club. Please stand at your seat when your name is called, and please remain standing until the whole club is recognized. And if we could please hold our applause till the whole club has been announced. For the Cloverleaf Club, community leaders, Julie J. Hay, 1 year. Project leaders, Julie J. Hay, 9 years, Connie Rooks, 9 years, Jenny Cantrell, 7 years, and Heather Blick, 3 years. For the Gyp Hill Pioneers, community leaders, Deb Larkin, 15 years, and Patricia Cargill, 10 years. Project leaders, Deb Larkin, 21 years, and Patricia Cargill, 10 years. For the Stampede 4-H Club, community leaders, Lisa Withrow, 4 years, and Yvonne Burden, 3 years. And project leaders, Yvonne Burden for 6 years. State Line 4-H Club, community leaders, Julie Blank, 9 years, my apologies, and Amanda Court, 4 years. Project leaders, Julie Blank, 8 years, Glenda Alexander, 6 years, Amanda Core, 4 years, Christy Coggins, 3 years, Larry Core, 1 year, and BJ Duval, 1 year. For the Sunflower 4-H Club, community leaders, Sue Marshall, 34 years, Mike Marshall, 11 years, project leaders, Sue Marshall, 44 years, Corona Hoke, 12 years, Mike Marshall, 12 years, Paul Smith, 7 years, and Heather Smith, 1 year. For the Sunny Lakers, community and project leaders, Gina Woods for 7 years. At this time, would all the countywide project leaders please stand? Horse leaders, Yvonne Burden, 16 years, Dacia Doman, 4 years, Christy Patton, 4 years, Callie Thompson, 1 year. Bill and Janet Smith have been the entomology leaders for 12 years and geology leaders for 5 years. Paula Doman, dog leader for 10 years. Tom Carr has been the meats judging coach for 7 years. Richard Poland has been the livestock judging coach for 1 year. Thank you all. We would next like to recognize our certified volunteers that haven't yet been mentioned. Nancy Marshall, Debbie Davis, Clay Phillips, Walinda Phillips, and Lisa Thompson. Thank you for completing the steps to be recognized as certified volunteers to our 4-H program. At this time, I'd like for Dacia Doman, Patricia Cargill, and Christy Patton, please come forward. For 5 years of service, Dacia will be receiving a Silver Clover, 10 years of service as leaders to Barber County. And for 10 years of service for their leaders to Barber County, Christy and Patricia will be being given gold clovers. Thank you for your continued service.
We've recognized the leaders, but we have a couple that would like to share some successes. So if Bill Smith and Tom Carr would want to come forward and share about the kids they've been working with this past year.
I'd like to quick mention that on our, for some of our 4-H leaders, especially in geology, we had 11 entries this time in geology. It was kind of amazing, flabbergasted the judges. I don't think you've ever seen that before. I said, wait till next year. You haven't seen anything yet. But anyhow, those cases are judged against a 23-page set of rules. which is very, very extensive. In order to get a purple, which everyone did, you must make a 95 or above. Our low grade out of those 11 entries was a 98. Congratulations for everyone in geology.
I would just like to acknowledge our Barber County 4-Hers that were on the meets team this year. We had 7, 2 that were juniors and 5 that were categorized as seniors. And the 2 juniors were Callan Smith and Hudson Richter. The seniors were, and I'll probably fool around here and miss somebody, but Chloe Blanc, Easton Richter, Sterling Richter, Cameron Smith, and Ryan Marshall, wherever she's at. Ryan Marshall. And the kids worked really hard, and we attend 3 contests. The first one was a full-fledged contest at Oklahoma State in April, and we had our 2 juniors. You got to have 3 to make a team. So we didn't have a team this year as far as junior was concerned, but our 2 boys did pretty good, and I'm going to have to pull out the piece of paper here just to make sure I don't mess up. But Callan was 4th high individual, and Hudson was 8th. Our senior division, we were 2nd high team. Ryan had fooled around and messed herself up and was basically on crutches at that point in time, so she didn't make that contest. But Chloe was 6th high individual, and Easton was 8th high individual. We went to another contest in July at Stillwater. It's huge, and they dump all 4-H and FFA together. And it's 8 classes of placings, no reasons, no ID, none of that good stuff. And we would like to have done a little better. We ended up being 5th high team. We were 7th the year before, so I guess we improved a little bit. And Cameron Smith was our best person as far as rank was concerned. She dropped 16 points out of 400, which is pretty dang good, but that was 13th in that particular contest. Hudson was 7th high in the junior. And then our state contest was in August. And our 2 gentlemen that were in the junior division, Callan was 1st and Hudson was 4th. Our senior division, we ended up 3rd. Our sights were a little higher than that. And the sad part is we lost by 23. And so you can think of 1,000 different ways you can come up with 23 points. But the team was 4th in placings, 1st in reasons, and Chloe was 3rd high individual in reasons. ID, we were 4th, but Ryan was 2nd high individual there. And Ryan was 2nd high individual in the entire contest. Sterling was 12th, and Chloe was 13th. So good job. We got a lot of work to do. We're in preparation for this next year. 2 of the girls will be seniors, and so it's kind of do or die this next year, and we hope that we do rather than die. And then I hope that we're able to identify some juniors that would want to be on the team with Hudson and Callan, because they're pretty darn good. They just need a 3rd or 4th person to join them. So thank you very much. I do need to, we have an excellent van driver back here. Name is Justin, and appreciate his continued support from that. And then the Barber County Cattlemen's Association provides for a lot of our expenses, our motels and that type of thing, and we really, really appreciate their great support of our judging programs here in Barber County. Thank you.
Next, we will do our 4-H Alumni Awards.
It is my privilege to introduce one of this year's 4-H Alumni Award winners, Clay Holcomb. Since I've known Clay, he has always been willing to lend a helping hand. One of my first memories of him helping me directly was when I was in junior high. My mom had made me work on 4-H record books at my older sister's basketball games. I was struggling coming up with goals for my projects, and he saw me and came over and asked if he could help. I was working on buymanship. And if any of you guys know, this is the project where you buy clothes and accessories and you have to model them in front of a judge. He knew absolutely nothing about the project or fashion in general, but he still sat there and helped me until we came up with all my goals. Clay was a member of the Cloverleaf 4-H Club for 11 years. He held many offices, including president, reporter, and treasurer. Also, he was treasurer for the Barber County 4-H Council. And Clay also helped out at the Family Fun Night, where he taught a class on how to make marshmallow guns. Some of the projects he was enrolled in were sheep, goat, beef, swine, rockets, and photography. His favorite project to do was beef. And according to Clay's dad, Tom, the first year he decided to show a goat, they didn't have it tagged properly. So the next year, they decided to buy a pig. And he ended up getting grand champion. Clay has continued to help the Barber County Fair by mentoring kids with their livestock project or being a judge for the celebrity showmanship. When Clay wasn't in school or showing, he would always be working. He mowed yards for Williams Ag and later did soil sampling and delivered chemicals and seeds for May Precision Ag. Clay is currently a student at Fort Hays State University, where he is majoring in animal science. While in college, he participates in the Little International Show, where he has shown pigs for the past 2 years. After college, he plans on being an animal sales rep. He has been involved in many people's 4-H experiences and still makes an impact in people's lives today. On behalf of the past, current, and future 4-Hers, I would like to extend our appreciation and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce this year's 4-H alumni winner, Mr. Clay Holcomb.
Your other 2019 Alumni Award. This year's 2019 alumni is quite the character. I go on and on about their accomplishments in their career, but that isn't what this is all about. This is about how those years shaped them into the person we all know and love. 9 bittersweet years in the Barber County 4-H program has shaped them to be a well-rounded individual. If I had to describe this individual in 3 words, it'd be competitive, outgoing, and definitely a leader. Competitive. Very competitive. Livestock judging was something he excelled at. Many years on Tim Marshall's team helped make him a great judger and an even better showman. As years continued, Dr. Tom Carr started the meats judging team. With some great pushes from his parents, he joined the team and continued to learn, and definitely became one of the most outstanding meats judgers. While he was competitive in judging, he was equally as driven in the show ring with his animals. He had quite a few very good friends that he liked to get into some personal competitions with. Though he enjoyed these, the competitions still weren't everything to this young man. For those of you who are familiar with this individual, you know that he is not shy by any means. He is a very outgoing personality that has gained him many friends all across the state of Kansas, and I think it's safe to say even across the entire Midwest. His outgoing personality has made him a legend of a counselor at Rock Springs 4-H camp. Anyone who has gone on a trip with him is almost guaranteed to tell you a very interesting story about all the adventures. He showed his persistence in all the different projects he was involved in, from his starting day with Peter, the purple ribbon winning rabbit, to goats, horses, and last but not least, beef. He gained lots of knowledge in these projects and turned right around to help out younger members. Leadership is something that every 4-H member knows about. This individual was a born leader. He served as many club officers through his years, including president and vice president. He always enjoyed going to the state capitol in Topeka to attend CIA with fellow members. Rock Springs was 4-H camp was something he always loved to be a part of. Taking a week out of his busy summer to lead and inspire young 4-Hers at camp was something he will never forget. Helping younger members with their projects was something he loved doing, from offering simple advice to clipping cattle and goats. He has become a role model for quite a few of us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured it out yet, this young man your 4-H alumni is Mr. Taylor Paxson.
This year's Friend of 4-H has helped support the youth throughout Barber County. They have been known to give out scholarships to seniors, give added money at the fair, sponsor the watermelon feed at the premium sale. We are very thankful for all the support that this organization has provided throughout the years. It is my honor to announce that this year's Friend of 4-H to the Barber County Farm Bureau Board. Will the following members that are present please come forward to accept your award? Dennis Rickey, Jeff and Rose Byer, Merlin Fluke, Maria Cundiff, Eric J. Hay, Paul Smith, and Amanda Booth Thompson.
We are proud to recognize this company as a friend of the Barber County 4-H. The company was organized in 2008 when 3 successful John Deere dealerships decided to come together to build the largest dealership in South Central Kansas. They started out with 9 locations and have presently grown to 15 locations, with their headquarters being in Hutchinson, Kansas. Their mission, similar to that of 4-H, of the 4-H motto, is delivering the right solution. Their value relates hand in hand with the values of 4-H, including integrity, excellence, performance, and partnering. They are always willing to donate for the soup supper and auction and are supporters at the Barber County Fair. It is my pleasure to announce Prairieland Partners as our 2019 Barber County Friend of 4-H.
All right, we're going to start with our Clover Buds, and as we announce your name, if you would come up and we will get a group picture with you. Maurice Broyles, Riley Foster, Dyson Inman, Alaska Straight, and Gemma Whitebread.
You're going to take a picture with these 2 pretty ladies. So let's line up there and face forward. We're going to take another one. All right. Thank you. Good job.
Next, we'll recognize our first-year certificate members, and they will be receiving their membership pin as well. And if they would also, as we call your name, come up, we'll get a group picture of these as well. Callum Core, Taylor Foster, Janda Goodnow, Jancy Goodnow, Brecken Hiltner, Abby Sawyer, Andy Sawyer, Schaefer Stone, Slayton Stone, Kara Whitaker, and Chloe Whitaker.
There you go. All right. Okay. We're probably gonna need 2 rows. So let's put the boys on the, there we go. I'm gonna just start moving bodies. Come here, please. Maybe you guys can stay kind of in the back row here. Here, I'm gonna switch you there. Switch you right in. There you go.
We'll recognize our second-year SEAL members, and if you would, just stand at your table there. You don't have to come up here. Keegan McMurray, Cambridge Rector, Kayla Rucker, Kinley Rucker, Abby Schreiner, and Bo Wesley. Our third-year SEALs will be Madison Day and Peter Sawyer. Fourth-year SEALs will be Court Blunt, Garen Cantrell, Jack Schreiner, Mason Skripsik, and Cooper Wesley. Fifth year, Belle Burden and Hudson Rector. Hey, way to stand up, Belle. Appreciate that. Sixth year, Nora Gugelmeyer. Seventh year, Jessica Jahay. Eighth years, Takira Blick, Ryan Marshall, and Easton Rector. Ninth year is Slater Blick, Grace Cantrell, and Sterling Rector. And for our 10th, 11th, and 12th years, we will have you come up here and get pictures. 10th year is Chloe Blunk and Allie Hoke. And we do not have anybody for the 11th year, but the 12th year would be Garrett Burden and Maddie Marshall.